In today's video, we'll look at a scenario in which France goes to war with Central Europe. Yeah, we all know France is a bunch of imperialists. They just don't want to admit it. They're secretly doing it. Just look at Western Africa, if you don't believe me, and we can all blame France. Yes, if you look at that area, you can also blame Britain, Russia, China, two nations in the Middle East that everybody hates. They are on opposite sides. One is in a desert, one is in land people claim is stolen. Is it actually? Who even cares? I don't. Let's focus on today's video. And then there's the United States. They're just doing whatever they feel like. They just do whatever they feel like. But since Central Europe has Switzerland and Poland and Germany, well, France might be about to die. And ever I will cheer as they invade Switzerland. Big mistake. They get stuck in a stalemate, so they invade the Rhine area, around the Rhine River. As they cross the Rhine River, they start heading deep into Germany. And I'm about to get to Munich, but at this point, Polish and German forces are fully mobilized, and they start pushing them back in Europe. And France slips back a bit. As they almost fall back to the Rhine. They start falling towards the Rhine. But I don't think they fully fell. As they get pushed out of Switzerland, because Switzerland is literally a fortress. With France attempting a new offensive into southern Germany. And then they decide to move towards the northern coast and try to take over Hamburg. As they manage to push up to here, this being their control zone, their weaknesses, this could get cut off. But, yeah, you can get out. As the Battle of Hamburg breaks in, which turns into the Schleswig campaign. The Baltic Sea campaign begins, with the goal of taking over the Baltic Sea. But they get prevented by Polish and German forces, pushing the front to be like this. With France knowing that if they can get to Austria, Czechia, Hungary, Slovakia, Hungary. Yeah, that doesn't look great. With them moving towards Munich, with the Battle of Munich breaking out, an encirclement. The city is taken and they cross into Czechia. And they also cross into Austria in the meantime. With them moving through mountains somehow, yeah. I'll tell you how. They decided to end a civilization to get through the mountains. Yeah, don't tell anyway. But they might have committed a bit of genocide. France might have committed a bit of genocide. No big deal. Just like the Soviets committed a bit of atrocities. Nobody gets mad at them. But France is struggling, honestly. Somehow, Austria and Czechian troops start pushing them back. With France being overstretched and failing to take over Germany. And this war becomes less and less popular, with Switzerland making a small offensive. With the goal over here in Austria to connect these two fronts. But France has different plans for Germany as they move across the Baltic Sea and down, taking over more precious German land. But they run into one problem. They start losing it in this front. And Germany starts trying to get more forces by pushing the French back. And they push them away from the gates of Berlin, and then they push them up to the coast and get rid of them there. With France facing a choice, retreat from here or face encirclement, I guess they pick retreat. With most of the troops getting out, but then 20,000 or so get stuck. Quite a significant number, but not the majority of the army. With them secretly, I guess the blue team's probably getting supplied by someone. France managing to push them away from the Rhine River, with the Rhine River being their last ditch hold if they collapse, which they start to do. It's kind of like when you play as Germany in Warnament. Fun game. Kind of like, yeah, as they get pushed to the Rhine River. And then they get pushed back closer to it. Well, yeah. Once they cross the river, it's not ending well for France. With them crossing the river. French out into now. Nobody likes the French. With advance being planned to come from the north out of Switzerland and the south out of Germany to cut off this area. To make a bit of a cutoff. And well, they move north. And the forces here move to the south. And them getting closer to each other. With France getting encircled with a lot of troops. 100,000. Yeah, this doesn't look good for them. With Switzerland moving over here. With Belgium giving military access. No, I'm kidding, they don't. With them moving along the Belgian border. With Switzerland moving towards the coast. The southern coast on the Mediterranean. Well, they arrive at the coast. Well, from the coast, this is where France's collapse begins. They launch a spearhead in over here, and a spearhead in here. With France realizing they can't win, they meet for negotiations, in which they lose quite significant amounts of land. And I'll show them quickly, because this will end. Switzerland takes this, Germany takes that. The rest becomes an occupation zone. And well, that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!